Hey, welcome back to part two of our fantasy pick for the Batman.
And as always, since we always say this is called a fantasy pick, we're gonna do a quick fantasy cast on. Hey, you know what? If I had to pick the best of all the movies for me, what would I pick? So I'm gonna, like if I had to pick, and I would say this for me, like out of the Batman. So we're talking about Batman 66, Burton's Batman, Schumacher's Batman, Nolan's Batman, Snyder's Batman, Reeves Batman, the show Gotham, Batman the animated series. I'll even throw in Batman the Mask of the Phantom, even though that's still the same characters. That it's pretty much just a movie version of Batman the animated series. So if I don't know, if I had to do my pick for actors, I am still a person that still like Ben Affleck as the Batman. And the reason for that is because I feel Ben Affleck portrayed the closest thing we have ever gotten to the comic book version of the Batman. Guy looked like a fucking powerhouse. He was yoked. He was older. He's good looking guy, so he portrayed the what I would say the millionaire or billionaire part of himself, the playboy billionaire part of himself very well. But he also did the Batman very well as a, you know, what I would say as a
A
as a
badass.
very experienced Batman that's been in the trenches now for fucking 20 years or whatever it is. And you see him like, hey, you know, this is a person I'm supposed to be. This is who I am. And you know what? I am tired of all this bullshit already. I've been doing this for way too long. He portrayed that very well. Who are you guys? I mean, like, what actor did you think, really, who's your Batman?
Hmm. I I'm probably gonna have to go with Bale.
Bale's
I'm
yours?
gonna say, yeah, that's tough. I mean, looking back on the films, I have my criticisms. I don't know why I'm always kind of nitpicky of the hand to hand combat part.
Mm-hmm.
There were times where I felt like Bale, the choreography looked a little robotic. In some of the fight scenes, but that being said, that was the first time where I really felt like the world of Batman was on display on film in a way that it just resonated with everyone. I mean, the whole world. A lot of the Batman movies have done very, very well. Keaton's Batman was made for its time like $1 bajillion. It's like
Right.
400 some $1 million. But we're where we are now with this Reeves Batman because of Nolan's Batman.
Right.
The bar was set so high that after being taken down very far, thanks Schumacher, it was they raised the bar, and it's a combination of everything, but that was Nolan
Right.
and Bale, so I guess I gotta go with Bale.
Bale. And yours, Ralph?
Oh, I'm gonna jack this up pretty good. I would go with Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne, and I would say Bale as Batman minus the stupid voice.
Well, I mean, start with the actor first. I mean, which actor did you think, Because look, let's be honest. Here are the actors: Adam West, Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Christian Bale, Ben Affleck, Robert Pattinson. They are all good actors. I mean, George
Yeah.
Clooney is in the worst fucking Batman ever made on film. But he's a great actor. Imagine George Clooney, who in his younger days would have done probably the Nolan version.
Mm.
You understand? I mean, he probably would have done a fucking great job. But yeah, but I mean, that's what I was talking about. Like, so which actor is the one that, like, the one that gets you more excited for being Batman.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's a good way to put it. I don't think I'm gonna deviate from my choice.
From yours, okay.
I think, yeah. I was, when I, like I said earlier, I was excited when I heard that Christian Bale was going to be Batman, and I knew he was gonna kill it. So I'll stick with that.
Okay.
Though I will add the caveat of I would have loved to see Ben Affleck's version.
Oh, if they would have explored it a
Like,
lot more, yeah,
like his movie. Go.
yeah.
I
think it would have been
if that ever became a thing,
that would have been
that would've
pretty
been awesome.
special. How about you, Ralph? Which actor is it that the one that you know?
Oh, I mean, Christian. To Joe's point, like I'm a huge fan of Christian Bale's movie Equilibrium, which doesn't get a whole lot of fanfare, and
love it.
I heard that I was like, oh, this guy's gonna be great, and I really love
fucking gun Carter the shit out of this
movie. I don't know if it was on purpose, but the scene where the Batman's walking off the elevator and all you see is the gunshots, it takes me back to that first scene from Equilibrium where all you hear is the voices and it's just darkness and then just bullets flying.
Right.
I think they did that on purpose, and the fact that, you know, I read that whole scene was shot practically was incredible. How that cinematographer got that to work right, and that camera guy.
Yeah, no, that was awesome.
So yeah, no, I would go with, you know, Christian Bale just because he's the perfect blend. Like again, it's iconic because of the voice he does for it, but like it's also kind of comical when he does the Batman voice. So I think if they toned that down a little bit, he would have been perfect.
He sounds like he has emphysema. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean there were there are bold choices there, but
right.
You know, there's something to be said about those films, the impact that they made, not only on Batman and film,
right,
but also what it meant for comic book movies and film.
Right.
You ended up getting just good movies. It made me like, I'm not sure if the movie Logan could exist if, let's say, the Batman films weren't as well regarded as they were,
right,
and didn't make it so that comic book movies were also regarded as good film. Marvel had something to do with that as those films and everything fleshed out, but
yeah,
those movies are they're special.
So out of all of those, out of all the like the portrayals of Bruce Wayne, which one did you feel like you like, you know, who portrayed, to your opinion, who portrayed the best Bruce Wayne in film? Again, I'm going to go back to the Snyder version of Bruce Wayne, and probably in the Snyder cut, I think. And also, actually, you know what? In Batman versus Superman, I liked also his portrayal of just Bruce Wayne. Again, him being the millionaire, you know, being the look of, you know, the Wayne family and stuff like that. And he had a little a little moment when, you know, he was trying to get that recording. Diana Prince took the recording from him, where he was acting drunk, and he tells that lady that's telling him, it's like, oh, you know, the bathroom's over there, and he's like, hey man, I like your shoes. and it was just one of those things where I was like, all right, that's fucking, you know, that's a Bruce Wayne thing, you know. But then all of a sudden he switches over right away to, you know, that intense look of being Batman. But I like that portrayal of Bruce Wayne. I will say, you know what's a close second, and I know people are gonna fucking crucify me for this: George Clooney. Because while George Clooney was Bruce Wayne, he was pretty good. It was only when he got into the fucking bat suit with nipples and a cod piece bigger than my fucking leg, where that movie tanked. But as Bruce Wayne, it was actually not bad. So what's your Bruce Wayne?
Oh, all right. Yeah, no, 100%. I think Ben Affleck carried the je ne sais quoi of Bruce Wayne perfectly. He had that swagger. It's believable because, like, in real life, he's a billionaire playboy, like, that walks around the streets. Like, it wasn't hard for him to pull off, and he had that scruffy good, like, that's what Batman, like, if I thought Batman was real, that would be the look I would think he would look like.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have to, in terms of the person and the look, I have to give that to Ben, right? He's jawline, like you said, Rob. He's
right.
Yoked for the film. He was huge. And I think that portrayed well. I'll admit, you asked me to watch Schumacher films.
You're going to have to one day.
I did not do it. I will not do it.
Well, we are going to cover some Batman stuff here, man. So at some point, you're going to have to.
I can't wait. I haven't seen them in so long.
Oh,
Fuck.
Man.
They're so bad.
Like, you catch the Michael Keaton Batman on TV from, like, at least once a year by accident. Like, the other ones you haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne he is a weird dude. It was a different take.
Right.
He was just weird. He was just like a weird guy.
I just could, when I went on my Batman binge and I saw, Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne, I stood there and I said, yeah, when we got the Burton Batman, we all fucking went nuts because we're like, oh shit, it's fucking great because they fucking finally took it serious, or as serious as you could take it back then, compared to Batman 66, which was a grown man walking around in tights with his underwears outside of his tights, right? And all of a sudden they took it serious. But when I look at it now, and a lot of people are always like, oh, that's good. That's my Bruce Wayne. That's my Batman. And they're just thinking of the nostalgia part of it. But when you really look at it, he's a short, not that great looking guy with a receding hairline that has a fro. Not the, doesn't seem to be working out, and just acts very awkward. And I was like,
what are you talking about, dude? He hangs upside down and does sit-ups. Like,
no.
Come on.
He just hangs upside down. We never saw him do the sit-ups.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. See? Yeah.
He just hangs upside
I
down.
gave him more credit. Let him have it. I'm sure he tried to do one. Get out of here.
But yeah, so out of all of those guys, all right, so we know what our Bruce Wayne is. Who do we like as Batman? Who was your Batman when it came to that? I'm still going back to the Snyderverse Batman because, again, he fucking looked huge, and that Batman was a badass. Like, no one, and I mean no movie, has portrayed a fight scene with Batman what he did to those guys. Even after getting stabbed in the shoulder, he took one of those guys and fucking put him through the wall. So yeah. But he also used tech really well too, to his advantage. But I just thought that fight scene was fucking awesome. So that was like a Batman that when you saw him, he's just like, listen, I am a fucking weapon of mass destruction for these fucking guys. And that was my favorite Batman there. His suit, though, I didn't like. I know that we're...
Well, yeah, that's the suit from the Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight
Returns.
Right, Dark Knight Returns. And that's fine, but I wasn't a fan of that suit. I will say that the Nolan from, The Dark Knight, when he had the second suit, I would say that's my favorite bat suit. What do you guys think? What's yours?
I'm actually a fan of the new one.
Okay.
I do like it a lot. I would say that I don't know. I know when I played the video games, I really liked the Batman tech suit, and I think who rocked that? Affleck rocked that, I think, for a hot minute.
Yeah, on the what was it on the Snyder cut? Well, I mean, it was but on the Snyder cut, he had like that bigger suit that made him look like a fucking bodybuilder. I don't know. He just seems.
Yeah,
he seemed.
I mean, I think if they did that a little bit better, it would have been cool. But I really liked Reeves' Batman suit. I thought it was really cool. But I think I'd have to go with you. I wish I had the opportunity to do like a giant Batman binge,
Look,
to sort of soak them in.
Right.
But I could tell, like they like oh shoot, Pattinson said in interviews that it was easy for him to move around in, and he auditioned in some of the other suits. He said they were really difficult to move in, but this one was easy, and I felt like that came.
He auditioned in the Val Kilmer suit.
Yeah. Well, that one. Yeah.
What's yours, Ralph?
I'm gonna go with the new one, minus the stupid squirrel suit aspect of it. I think that could have been completely left out. I think going back to like the fact that they're trying to ground this in real life and make it realistic. There's
what didn't you like?
The squirrel suit when he jumped off the building.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That was dumb.
The wingsuit.
The wingsuit, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't find that as egregious, other than he should be dead.
Well, it almost. I'm gonna.
He should be dead.
We're gonna cross universes. That scene reminded me of the scenes from Amazing Spider-Man when Sony Pictures was doing that, and they were trying to really show off their 3D, and like they made it looked really cartoony when he was swinging through the buildings. The whole movie was so well shot, except for that scene where he's floating down and he's like only his head's moving, and it was kind of weird.
Oh, the motion cam that they
looked weird, and then you have his dolphin teeth. It just didn't sit well.
You aren't hip with it with all the kids on TikTok doing motion.
I'm good.
All right. All right, cool.
So basically, none of you are giving love to any of the bat nipple suits, huh?
No, I mean,
yeah,
they were great.
I mean, listen, man, the Keaton suit has a I think a space in my heart, because I was a young kid when that came out. I rented all the Batman video games and played them on the consoles and stuff like that. So I mean, it's iconic, but you go back and you look at it, and then you look at what has come afterwards, and you're like,
hey, listen. If somebody said, "Hey, you can pick any of these suits," Sideshow Collectibles and stuff has like life-size creations of these things. 100%, I'm taking Batman '89 to put in my house.
I can't do it. You know why? Because, like I said, I just went.
Put in your house.
I just went through that binge, and when you look at Michael Keaton with that Batman face mask or whatever, the rubber looks so thick. It looks like a helmet on him. He just looks like he's. He
said it was pretty awful, didn't he?
Yeah.
He said it was.
And then when you look
bad.
at Batman Returns, you could tell that the production said, "Okay, we're gonna have to make this mask a little thinner and closer to his face," because it was a huge difference. But yeah, I just couldn't do it, man. It's just like, all right, sure.
Yeah, I really like the new one. I do think that Affleck probably looked the most intimidating.
Yes.
Just from his sheer size and how they made him fill out the suit. I guess to your point, it was the most comic book like.
Right.
Because he is, he's supposed to be 6'1",
but funny enough, right?
Pounds.
Like I just thought about this. Funny enough, like I said, I would pick the Nolan bat suit, but I wouldn't pick the cowl. I hated the part of the mouth that was just like so small that it was almost like goatee size. I think the one by,
it's like my beard.
Yeah, I think the Patterson one is the one that showed like more of his jawline a lot better than any other.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I definitely like that. So here's the other one because hey, man, without a Batman, I mean, with a Batman, you can't have or without a Batman. I don't know how to say that really well, but if there's a Batman, there's a Batmobile. so
Yeah.
so what? I'll give you mine last. So what would be your favorite Batmobile?
Oh, Ralph.
I like the Tumbler just because it made sense in terms of what it could be, what could be done, and how it doesn't ever blow up. The rest of them are just so unreal. Well, Batman '89, like it was pretty good too, because like I mean, it was sleek, but it made no that thing. Like let's be real. If we're trying to make it realistic, right? That car is not taking a turn doing 70. He's gonna die. So he wouldn't be able to catch anybody. So,
well, hold on. That was an actual car.
It is
correct.
Yeah.
Like the comedian with the puppets, Jeff Dunham.
Jeff Dunham, actually, yeah,
he owns it, doesn't he? Yeah. I think that car can actually drive like a pretty fucking well.
It drives okay. It's not like from what I hear out of
it's like an old Cadillac. It's like a boat.
No, I think you're talking about like the '66, which was a Lincoln Futura.
But no, I'm just saying it's a longer car with like a narrow. It's got kind of a narrow wheelbase. It's weird.
I think if I'm not mistaken, I think the Batman '89 was a completely custom made car.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So right.
Yes.
So what's yours, Joe?
I gotta admit, I'm in kind of the same boat as Ralph from a practicality standpoint. It was like a less crazy Dark Knight Returns super bat tank that was still fast in a car. I mean, it makes sense to what he's saying. It's like, hey, how could you have a vehicle that could do all this and not crumple in half and kill the person inside of it?
Which one, the Tumbler?
The Tumbler,
right.
Yeah, doing all this crazy shit. That said, I do think the new Batman,
right,
has one of the that was a very memorable entrance of a Batmobile.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the not the entrance,
the Tumbler.
It would be okay.
It's yeah. Again, in my head, as a kid, when I think Batmobile,
right,
I think '89. As in slightly older person, and I'm pretty pragmatic as a person. I think the Tumbler makes the most sense.
I have to say that
even though it's
a three-way with
even
us.
though it's not, yeah.
I think that to me the Tumbler has always, like, ever since it came out, has been my favorite Batmobile out of all of them. Not only that, but because I know a lot of people are like, oh no, Batman '89, that's the real. I'm like, listen, man, I have yet to see, besides the new movie, I have yet to see a fucking crowd go so wild when when the Tumbler almost got destroyed. The next thing you know, the fucking Bat Pod comes out of there and he's on a fucking motorcycle. And we're like, holy shit, that part was so iconic. Like, it was just like when that shit happened, you're like, this guy's a badass motherfucker, man. This shit is awesome.
Yeah, let me push a button and oh wait. Hold on.
Yeah, like
there's
more.
more.
Hold my beer. Hold on. Boom. Let me tell you, the crowd. I remember I was in the theater. The fucking crowd went wild. I will say this though. Nothing will, at least for me, nothing will give me a reaction out of all of those when I was driving in a car and it was traffic. It was just bumper to bumper traffic. It wasn't moving. I look over to my right, and what do I see? I see the Batman '66 car on a flatbed right next to me, and my mouth just dropped down. And the flatbed, of course, had also Batman, logo on it. You could tell that this was something that I guess they take to different shows and stuff like that. But when you see that shit in person, as much as we know that, listen, the Batman 69, that Batman 66 car is, I'm sure, like, it's a horrible fucking car. It can't handle very well, but it just looks so fucking cool in person that you're like, yeah, that's still badass. I like that. But yeah, the Tumbler's the Tumbler would be my go-to Bat car. So, and so here's another one. You need a Batman, you need a Batmobile, you need to put it all somewhere. Batcave. Which is the Batcave that you like the most?
Oh, the animated series all day.
Oh, yeah, that's a...
I have, shit, man. I was gonna say the same thing. That's the one, man.
Like I still, as an adult, want to recreate it in real life in my property. I want to have a cave with a giant penny and a dinosaur and a computer.
The penny and the dinosaur. It's so funny because it's in almost every comic book. It's in almost every animation you see out there. That penny and the dinosaur, man. But they have never put it on a live version of that.
Yeah, it's incredible.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, you might have swung me on that one. I mean, other than that, I'd say Nolan's. Like if I was picking a movie,
the Nolan one.
Yeah. Though I thought, as we were talking about before, Rob, I thought it made a lot of sense to not have the Batcave in the same place you live. So it being having it under Wayne Tower, I guess, also doesn't make much sense.
But you could excuse that because that's actually an old,
it's an
underground. What is it?
Tunnel.
Train. Right. Exactly.
Subway station. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, man, you guys saying the animated series really threw me for a loop.
Yeah, no, that one.
Yeah, it's pretty iconic. Because also, yeah, you know what? I'll say the animated series. I as film, Nolan, but overall, I think the version that you see in the animated series is
right.
more like what you tend to see in a lot of other things. If I could pick one, I'd say the video game ones, but it's not on here. So
no, hey man, I mean, hey, listen, you could add it if you wanted to, man. So
yeah, add it in video
game. All right, man. Cool. So so you got a Batman, you got Batmobile, and the Batmobile has Batcave, but you also need a Gotham. Which version of Gotham is your Gotham? I'm gonna come out. I got two. Batman 89, because I really like that. Look, man, the word Gotham comes from Gothic, right? So for me, if it looked Gothic, awesome. And Tim Burton did that shit awesome when it came to the Gotham City. So Batman 89, but I am a big fan of the animated series, which had a very Art Deco look. So I'm kind of like, it's a toss up between those, but I'm leaning more towards 89. What's yours?
Man, that's tough. See, the Art Deco thing you haven't seen. Correct me if I'm wrong, but has it really been prevalent in anything else? Or is that unique to the animated series?
What do you mean, like that Art Deco look? I mean, you've probably seen it in some movies and stuff like that, but I don't know if...
What about the comics, Rob?
Yeah, it depends on what series you're reading.
Yeah. No, the comics normally goes more like a Batman 89, almost actually the Reeves, type of thing, but...
Yeah, it's sort of like dark and
dreary and stuff, right, and stuff like that. While Metropolis is like the vision of the future,
Yeah, I mean, I felt really engrossed in this latest film. I don't know. It made you sort of get into the world of the characters and
right.
The Batman's mindset and Selena Kyle and the world that she's living in. I thought they did a good job because they also they had the mobsters play a prominent part both in the story and as characters throughout with the take on Penguin and Falcone. But
Right.
Yeah, I actually liked the new version of Gotham.
The new Gotham?
Watch it in Dolby Vision and don't complain, people on the internet. Go find an AMC near you.
And what did you say yours was, Ralph?
Oh, I would say honestly, It's tough. I mean, if we're keeping it to the movies and TV stuff, I really liked Gotham. I really liked the Batman.
Oh, the TV show.
The TV show Gotham? Yeah, they did a good portrayal of that.
But, there's nothing... I mean, the Arkham games provided such a good landscape of what you would think are, the later Arkham games. Obviously not the first one, so it was all Arkham Asylum. But,
well, if you really think about it, Batman 89 is just the same thing as the Arkham games. Like, when you look at the style of the buildings and you look at... It's almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I mean, I would it'd probably be a toss up then. Between if I had to pick, I mean, Batman 89 because it conveyed that dreariness because of the light palettes that they had,
right?
And then the architecture.
The architecture was great on that. So so if you have a Gotham, the one thing I didn't put here is like a Wayne Manor, but but in Wayne Manor there is an Alfred. My Alfred, I'll be very honest with you. I actually to me, till this day, my favorite Alfred is Michael Caine.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. Sir Michael Caine, all the way.
Yeah. What's yours, man?
I am gonna go with... I couldn't remember his name.
From which one?
You didn't have it listed.
Oh,
what is his name?
From which movie?
From the TV show. So from Gotham.
Oh, from the guy. Oh, the guy from Gotham. What's the name of that actor?
Trying to look it up.
All right. So while that's being looked up,
Sean Pertwee.
Sean Pertwee, and I've seen him in stuff. Like he's done some. He's a good actor, man.
He did such a good job of being the British SAS and teaching Bruce how to. Obviously, you're getting to see something before Batman's Batman, and he does such a good job. Like he has the look because he's an older guy, but he also has that grittiness to him. And, and there's episodes where you can see where he kicks some ass.
Well, you could say that he's like a younger version of Michael Caine. Because, again, Michael Caine, in the movies, he made it seem like he was also in the service. Could have been the SAS. So, I mean, that's Michael Caine, I think, and that guy, I mean, they were both great. I mean, they're pretty much all great. With the exception, I mean, I always felt like the Batman 66 Alfred was just a butler. It's like, motherfucker, go get my socks and get my breakfast. And by the way, go polish the fucking Batmobile, please. So I'm gonna pick. I'm picking, Michael Caine. I guess Joe, you pick Michael Caine. You're picking what's his name again?
Sean Pertwee.
Pertwee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did like him in the show.
He's good.
Now that you bring him up, he's
I think
really good.
That should have did such a good overall job of casting everybody except for Bruce Wayne. But the show wasn't supposed to be about Bruce Wayne.
The show, yeah.
And I didn't mind him that much, but when in the last episode of the series, when they showed him as Batman, the most horrible fucking suit I have ever seen for Batman. It was horrible. So, all right, man. And so you know what? Every Batman needs a Joker.
That's true.
Yep, my Joker.
I think this one's
my Joker. Honestly, Mark Hamill.
Ooh, that was a swerve.
That one right there, man. It's just like that voice, man. Is definitely Mark. Look, I would have picked Heath Ledger because fuck, he's phenomenal. But imagine Heath Ledger and then you do a voiceover of Mark Hamill.
That'd be
Or
weird.
something like that. I don't know. But I just feel like, like Mark Hamill just is the quintessential Joker.
Voice.
Yeah, the voice. In terms of portraying the actual, character, no, definitely Heath Ledger, I think, till this day. I think Jared Leto could have done... You know what? Jared Leto fucked up the character into the Snyder Cut at the very end. That was a good Joker.
Oh, Snyder Cut is just
a different beast.
That should have been the movie.
That should have been the movie. That's a different beast, but that Joker, that's a different conversation. But that Joker was great. But yeah, my pick is Mark Hamill. Yours?
I'll give it to Heath. But I get where you're coming from, because until you said it, you got. He did one of the video. He didn't do all the video games.
He did a lot of the video games. He did a lot of the animations.
Yeah.
He did.
I know he didn't do one of the. I'm pretty sure he didn't do one of the video games, but the guy that I think they got to replace him, you could tell he was different, but he still did a good job.
No, actually, there's been quite a few that have done the Joker, especially for animation movies. Like the direct-to-video stuff. But yeah, Mark Hamill. I mean,
but there's no mistaking.
Yeah, exactly.
When it's Mark Hamill, you're
it's Mark Hamill.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What about you? What about you, sir?
You're a terrible person. I'm gonna go with Heath Ledger, just because, like,
Heath Ledger.
even how long I've heard Mark Hamill as the Joker, it's tough not to think about the lines that Heath Ledger spits in Dark Knight.
Awesome. And then my Catwoman is gonna be Michelle Pfeiffer, man. Till this day, man, I don't think nobody could portray. Don't get me wrong. I think Julie Newmar really gave her this sexiness to her, and the of course the cat suit, and all that stuff. But yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer, I think, just did a fucking awesome job on that. So that's gonna be my Catwoman. You guys? Are you going Zoe?
I mean, she's more my speed, but that's a tough one. I think starting with Pfeiffer to I'm not even acknowledging Halle Berry again. Sorry.
And again, awesome actress. If she would have been in the right movie, she would have been fucking awesome.
I bet she would have been.
She would have been awesome. But nope.
Between Pfeiffer, Hathaway, and Kravitz.
Although I will say, Eartha Kitt did give her the whole the cat persona so good. She's the one that took it so over the top. She was great on that, but yeah, I'm still a Pfeiffer person.
The thing that I don't think Anne Hathaway, I don't think there was enough fighting with Anne Hathaway, so that I think, I mean, it was there, but I thought the way that they portrayed Zoe Kravitz's fighting and how quick she was with the kicks and stuff was better.
Right.
I might have to go with Pfeiffer too. Fuck it. I'm going Kravitz. I'm going
You're
with
doing Kravitz. All right.
Kravitz.
You
going Kravitz.
How about you?
I'm gonna stick with Cameron Bykandova from Gotham.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think if they let that character grow, and obviously she's older now, and she'd be incredible.
You know what? I'm gonna have to look her up on online to see how she looks like now, because if she has the look, if she's as striking as
she's not.
I'm just saying, if she as striking as she was in that show, I think she
needs to run a bit.
Wow, you're a hateful son of a bitch.
Damn, that's savage. I just want to say Fantasy Picks Movie Edition does not condone or, support anything that Joe has just said right now about a woman's, image.
But I can, yeah, Joe, you're
Trying
something,
to-
you're something special. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna curse you, but
She's trying to play a comic book character.
She
doesn't
literally
look
looks
like
like
she
a
could
young
play the
Michelle
comic
Pfeiffer,
book
though.
character anymore.
Like if you put them side by side, you could probably almost say that it was her daughter.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's very true. All right, man, we got 2 left, and we'll do this quick. Penguin. So I'm gonna have to go with Robin Lord Taylor from Gotham. I liked his Penguin so much better. What do you guys got? I just think that he portrayed him pretty well. He had the little beaky nose, but a lot of people complained that he was super thin. But I'm like, dude, he just started to be the Penguin. Give him a chance,
Right,
man.
he's basically almost just coming out of his adolescence. So like,
right, so it's like, yo, he's gonna get fat and ugly and all that shit, as time progresses.
I was much
Just
thinner
like they-
30 years ago.
Yeah, hey man, I don't even want to tell you about me. So, but yeah, so that's my Penguin. It'd be Robin Lord Taylor. I mean, I thought he did a great job on that, and
You also get to see him in the role for a lot longer. You
Yeah.
know? And I think he did a good job with the character. I always found Gotham interesting as a show, with Bruce being so young and some of the other
Right.
characters being older. I mean, they are in the comics too, but I just thought it was an interesting take or an interesting perspective on the character and the world. He does a really good job as Penguin.
I feel like his Penguin, because if you ever notice, like the makeup that they put on him with with his pointy nose, like as he gets older, he's gonna morph into Danny DeVito.
he's somehow gonna shrink so much and then just start eating raw fish out of a bucket.
Shrink, but then get fatter. So it's like but like I thought Danny DeVito's Penguin.
Dude, the black shit.
That part I didn't like, but I just think like when he was in the what was it, the top hat and stuff, he looked so much like the comic book version of what Penguin is, and I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. The way, and Danny DeVito, I think he's just fucking a funny actor. But yeah, I think the design of him was good, but I do like Robin here. And what's yours, Ralph?
I'll take Robin, but like I think he grows into the what we see in the Batman Penguin. With
Colin Farrell, the Colin Farrell version. Ah, okay. Well, that means that he gets a nose job.
No, he just gets old and just like everybody else falls apart.
So, and then the last but not least, I'm gonna say Riddler. So,
it's no brainer.
And you guys are gonna be shocked at the one I'm gonna pick. So, which one did you pick, Joe?
Oh, Paul
Paul
day,
Dano?
every day.
Okay,
Yeah.
And yours, Ralph?
I don't even.
I'll go with Paul Dano just because I like the take on it versus the goofball Riddler.
Right. I'm gonna pick Frank Gorshin
from Batman '66.
Yes.
I saw that coming.
I don't know why, man. I just like that version, man. He was just so fucking goofy, man. But honestly, the best Riddler I like is the one from the Arkham games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean that is the
Arkham games.
Very, very good portrayal of the character. Especially, I think the thing that makes that more engrossing is the fact that you're playing a game, playing the Riddler's game.
Right.
Which is, I mean, that's just cool. It's an experiential thing, and the voice actor was
great too.
Is really good too. Yeah, it was really, really good.
Yeah.
That's a good take. But man, I gotta.
You still like Paul?
In this
Paul
movie,
Dano.
man, it was. He is so good.
He is something else, yeah.
So good.
Yeah, actually, there's an animated series that came out for Batman where the Riddler had like this long hair, looked very weird, had like this like mask, still had like a green mask or something, but he was just the way they drew him was just had a very weird take on him, but he was very much almost like the Riddler from the game. So, but yeah, those are gonna be. But yeah, that's kind of it. So, bottom line. So let me see. My Batman is gonna be basically Ben Affleck in the Nolan Batsuit with the cowl of the Matt Reeves one, riding it through, in the tumbler. Uh, and next to him is going to be probably Michelle Pfeiffer in the tumbler fighting Mark Hamill, and then he goes back to the Batman animated series, Batcave, where he will tell Michael Caine, "Go wax my car." so, you want to give a recap of yours, Joe?
Yeah, so I mean, I have Nolan's, I guess I have the Gotham from the newest one.
Right.
I have Bale as Batman, and I'm gonna stick with him for Bruce Wayne as well.
Okay.
I have the Tumbler, and I also have Sir Michael Caine, and it's Heath all day, Dano all day, and it's hard because in a movie I'm not sure if Robin Lord Taylor's Penguin would fit in my movie, given everything else I picked.
Right.
So I guess I'll switch that to Colin Farrell with Kravitz. And in the Batcave. Where did I landed on the Batcave from
the animated series
from the video?
Didn't you?
From the video games.
Oh, from the video games, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, from the video games.
And you, sir?
All right. I mean, mine's gonna be pretty simple. It's gonna be Gotham with Christian Bale as Batman, Heath Ledger as the Joker, and even though I really like the kid that played the Joker on that show,
Monahan his last name is Monahan,
yeah,
but
he did such a good job, like building up that character. Such a good job.
Yeah. He's a guy that came out in Jedi Fallen Order, the game. Yeah.
Well, Heath Ledger is the adult Joker, just because I would have loved to seen that Joker come to life fully from the show. Paul Dano is the Riddler, and everybody else is from the series, and then the Batcave from Batman 60 from Batman 60s, the animated series.
The animated series? There
Yeah.
we go, man. So, we all have a slight different take on it, but it's pretty cool, man. This was fun, man. So, yep, that's pretty much our show today. So, once again, man, thank you so much for tuning in with us on this Batman review. Once in a while, we're going to do a review on, some of the big major movies, especially those overhyped movies that, we feel like, people are waiting for. And we'll give you our honest opinion on it, and if they're overhyped and they don't make it in the box office or critically, then they're definitely going to be nitpicked by us. So that's pretty much our show today. So you guys, if you guys want to find us, we are on Facebook on Fantasy Picks Movie Edition, also on Instagram and Twitters. And if you guys want to send us any messages or anything like that, we do have an email, so it's fantasypicksmovieedition@gmail.com. Other than that, how about you guys? Anywhere that they could find you guys? I know that Ralph is not on social media, so that means that
I'm just not social.
He's just not a social man, but
I'm vengeance.
If you guys want to, give him any love or anything like that, you can always email us at fantasypicksmovieedition@gmail.com. And we also wanted to actually throw some, show some love to the people in Germany. We have a whole bunch of people in Germany that are, I guess, listening to us. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in and stuff like that. How about you, Joey?
In terms of what, my social media presence?
Yes.
I'll keep that to
You'll
myself
keep that
and
to
my
yourself.
friends.
All right, man. So if you guys have any questions, if you guys have any suggestions, once again, hit us up. Let us know if what we could do to make the show any better, and any suggestions that you may have in movies. We'll definitely look into that. But once again, thanks a lot for tuning in, and that is our show.